She joked, "My work husband buys me lunch every day. You should step up." I replied, "You're right." Then I sent him a thank you card with a $50 Starbucks gift card for taking care of her. When HR called her in for a professional conduct meeting, her smile finally faded. I've never been a jealous type. If anything, I've always leaned too far in the opposite direction, trusting, sometimes to a fault. I grew up watching my parents model a simple rule: trust until you're given a reason not to. So when my girlfriend, Emma, started a new job at a big marketing firm downtown, I was genuinely proud of her. She'd been unemployed for 6 months after her startup folded, and I saw what that did to her confidence. I wanted her to win. Her first few weeks were full of stories, the kind you tell when you're adjusting to a new office culture. My boss is a micromanager. The coffee machine is always broken. There's this guy, Derek, who's basically everyone's favorite. That last one came up a lot. Derek. At first, it was innocent enough. She'd mention how he brought donuts for the team, helped her fix her Excel formulas, or crack jokes that made the long meetings bearable. I'd nod, smile, and listen. I wanted to be supportive. But then she started calling him her work husband. The first time, it was during dinner with her friends. She laughed, tossing her hair back like it was nothing. Oh my God, Derek is such a lifesaver. He even reminded me to eat lunch. I swear, he's my work husband. Her friends giggled. Someone said, "Every girl needs one." And then she looked at me. "Don't look so serious, babe. It's just a joke." I wasn't angry, not yet. But I remember the way something cold twisted in my stomach. The way everyone laughed while I forced a smile. Over the next month, her jokes became more frequent. "Derek brought me sushi today. He knows my favorite roll. Derek said you're lucky to have me. He's hilarious. Derek said we'd make a power couple if we both weren't taken." I tried to talk to her once, gently. "You know, the whole work husband thing, it's kind of uncomfortable sometimes." She smirked, the kind of smirk people wear when they think they're above reproach. "You're being insecure, Alex. It's literally just a phrase. God, do you want me to stop talking about work altogether?" I dropped it, not because she was right, but because I knew that if someone's determined to blur a boundary, no amount of reasoning will stop them. Then Valentine's Day rolled around. I came home with a bottle of wine and takeout from her favorite place. She wasn't there. 2 hours later, she texted, "Sorry, late night at the office." Derek surprised the team with dinner for hitting our target's red heart. I stared at the message for a long time. No mention of me. No offer to reschedule. Just a red heart next to another man's name. That night, I poured myself a glass of wine alone and started thinking about the difference between trust and being played for a fool. A week later, she dropped the line that became the turning point. We were at brunch with mutual friends, casual conversation about work and relationships. Out of nowhere, Emma laughed and said, "My work husband buys me lunch every day. Alex needs to step up if he wants to keep up." Everyone laughed, again. The sound was sharp, echoing in my head like static. I just smiled, raised my glass, and said, "You're right." No sarcasm, no tone, just calm. That night, I went home and sat at my desk for an hour, staring at a blank note card. Then I wrote, "Dear Derek, thanks for taking care of Emma at work. It's nice knowing she's got someone keeping her fed and happy while I focus on other things. You're a real one. Enjoy a coffee on me." I slipped a $50 Starbucks gift card inside, signed my name, and mailed it to Emma's office. "Attention, Derek." I didn't tell her. I just waited that IT took 3 days. 3 days of eerie normalcy. Emma was cheerful, humming while getting ready for work, posting office selfies with those nauseating hashtags. Hashtag workfam, hashtag grind mode, hashtag blessed. And then, one evening, I got home before her. Rare. I'd just started making dinner when she walked in, her face pale, eyes darting around like she'd seen a ghost. "Alex," she said, dropping her purse onto the counter. "Did you send something to my office?" I turned off the stove and faced her calm. "Yeah, the thank you card for Derek." "What?" Her lips parted, but no words came out for a moment. Then, "Oh my God, do you realize what you did?" Everyone in the office saw it. Derek opened it at his desk. She sounded hysterical, but not in a "how could you" way, more like someone who just realized the walls were closing in. "Was it rude?" I asked, pretending confusion. "Rude?" She practically shouted. "It was humiliating. He showed it to HR because he thought you were threatening him. They had a whole meeting about it." I leaned against the counter, watching her unravel. So HR knows he's been buying you lunch every day? That shut her up. Completely. For the first time, she looked afraid. Her mouth opened like she wanted to lie, but didn't know how. It's not what it sounds like, she said quietly. It's just, he's a nice guy, and we work closely. Right? I interrupted, nodding. That's why you told people he's your work husband. She looked down at the floor. The silence stretched long enough for the timer on the oven to beep. Finally, she said, "You're overreacting." "Emma," I said, still calm. "I literally sent a thank you note. You're the one freaking out." Her jaw clenched. "You did it to embarrass me." "No," I said, shrugging. "I did it because you said he's taking care of you. I figured I should show appreciation." Her eyes flashed, but she didn't argue. She grabbed her phone and stomped off to the bedroom, slamming the door. For a while, I stood there, listening to the muffled sound of her pacing. Then she came out again, red-eyed, holding her phone like it was radioactive. "HR wants to talk to me tomorrow," she said flatly. "Someone reported that Derek's been making inappropriate comments and giving gifts to a coworker." I raised an eyebrow. "So, the lunches, the sushi, the dinners after work, those count as gifts?" "It's not like that," she shouted. "We're just friends." "Emma," I said softly, "you told me I was insecure." She didn't reply. She just turned and walked away. The next day, she didn't come home until after midnight. I didn't ask questions, didn't even look up when she came in. She sat across from me on the couch, still wearing her work clothes, staring blankly. "Derek got suspended pending investigation," she said quietly. "For what?" "Apparently, he's been messaging half the office." Someone showed HR screenshots. I just nodded. Then she added, almost whispering, "They asked me if I ever felt uncomfortable around him." I didn't know what to say. I met her eyes for the first time that night. "Maybe start with the truth." She flinched like I'd slapped her. "You think this is funny, don't you?" "No," I said. "I think it's ironic. You spent months laughing about your work husband, and now HR's investigating the guy. That's not funny. That's sad." Emma didn't speak again. She went to bed without eating. 2 days later, my phone buzzed at work. It was her. I almost ignored it, but the message preview caught my eye. "We need to talk. It's bad." When I called, her voice was shaking. "Alex, they found out Derek was using the company card to buy lunches. HR thinks I was involved. They said it looks like favoritism because of the work husband thing." I didn't say anything for a few seconds. Just listened to her breathing hard into the phone. "So, you're in trouble?" "They're having me meet with HR and legal tomorrow. They might suspend me too." I exhaled slowly. "Well," I said, "you did tell everyone you were close. I'm sure they'll understand." "Don't be sarcastic, Alex. This isn't funny. My reputation's on the line. Maybe you shouldn't have built it around a joke," I said and hung up. That night, I slept better than I had in weeks. For the first time in months, my head felt quiet. No second guessing, no overanalyzing. Just peace. The kind that comes when the truth starts revealing itself without you lifting a finger. The next morning, Emma's car was gone when I woke up. By noon, she'd texted, "I got suspended. HR said they'll let me know after the investigation. I hate this. Please call me." I didn't. Because somewhere between that first work husband joke and the way she used to laugh at me in front of her friends, I realized something fundamental. I wasn't mad at her. I was just done. Update 1. It's been a week since Emma's suspension. The apartment feels different now, quieter, heavier. Most of her stuff's still here, but she's been staying with her sister since the HR call. She texted me every night at first, long, rambling paragraphs filled with, "I'm sorry. You know I didn't mean it like that, and please don't give up on us." I didn't reply to a single one. But last night, she showed up at the door. She looked rough, makeup smeared, eyes swollen, wearing one of my hoodies. For a second, I saw the girl I used to love. Then she opened her mouth. "Alex, please. I need to explain." I crossed my arms, leaning on the doorframe. "Explain what? That you joked about another guy taking care of you? That you let him buy you food every day? That you lied about it?" She flinched. "I didn't lie. I just didn't think it mattered. It was harmless. Everyone in the office joked like that. Then why's HR calling it harassment and misuse of company funds?" Her jaw trembled. "Because they found out he used the corporate card. They think I knew." "Did you?" Silence. Just the sound of the rain outside and her shaky breathing. I didn't ask him to," she finally said. "But yeah, I knew. I told him to stop once, but he laughed and said it's just lunch." "And you laughed too, right?" That broke her. Tears started streaming down her face. You don't get it, Alex. It wasn't like that. I just wanted to feel appreciated. You stopped noticing me, stopped caring. So you needed a work husband to fill the gap? I interrupted. She shook her head desperately. No, I just wanted attention. I made a stupid joke, and it spiraled. I didn't think you'd. You didn't think I'd call your bluff? Her sobs got louder. You embarrassed me in front of everyone. HR thinks I'm having an affair. My coworkers look at me like I'm some kind of problem. And it's all because of that card. You embarrassed yourself, I said quietly. All I did was hold up a mirror. She sat on the couch, crying into her hands. I stood there, watching. Not with cruelty, just a cold sort of clarity. For years, I'd been the calm one. The fixer. The good boyfriend. But the truth was, she never respected me. Not until she had to. After a while, she whispered. They said Derek might get fired. His wife already found out. Guess he won't be buying lunch anymore. She glared at me through the tears. You're enjoying this, aren't you? No, I said. I just stopped pretending that loyalty should be one-sided. Later that night, she fell asleep on the couch, exhausted, mascara smudged. I went to bed alone. When I woke up, she was gone again. But she'd left a note on the counter. I talked to HR again today. They might let me come back if I cooperate with the investigation. I'm sorry for everything. Please don't give up on me. I love you. I stared at it for a long time before tossing it in the trash. A few days later, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Derek's wife. Her tone was polite but icy. I'm sorry to bother you, Alex. I just wanted to thank you for the card. I blinked. You're welcome. You have no idea how much it clarified things for me, she said. I saw the message, the card, everything. I didn't know how far it had gone until HR called. He's out of the company now. There was a pause. Then she added, you probably saved me a few more years of lies. She hung up before I could respond. I didn't hear from Emma for 2 more weeks. Then, one night, she texted, I got demoted. I'm lucky they didn't fire me. HR said my relationship with Derek damaged the team dynamic. I hate myself. Please can we talk? I want to fix things. I sat there staring at the screen. Then I typed back. There's nothing to fix, Emma. You wanted to feel appreciated. Now you know what it feels like to be noticed for the wrong reasons. She called me 10 times after that. I didn't answer. It's been 3 months since then. I moved out of the apartment last week. New place, new city, new peace. Yesterday, I got a message from one of Emma's old coworkers. Apparently, she's been telling people I ruined her career. I just smiled. Because the truth is, I didn't ruin anything. I just stopped covering for her. Final update that it's been 6 months since everything happened. I haven't thought about Emma much lately. Not because I'm bitter, but because I finally reached that strange, quiet place people call closure. It doesn't come all at once, more like fog slowly lifting. One day, you just realize you haven't replayed the argument in your head for a week. Then a month. Then you stop counting. I built a new rhythm here. New job, new apartment, new morning routine. I cook breakfast for myself every day again. The kitchen feels peaceful now. No shouting, no passive-aggressive comments, no tension in the air. Just quiet and coffee. Then one morning, as I was leaving for work, I saw her name on my phone screen again. Emma. For a second, I almost didn't open it. But curiosity won. Emma, hey, I don't even know if you'll read this. I just wanted to say I'm sorry again. I've been in therapy, and I've realized how much I projected my insecurities onto you. I thought you were cold, but really I was the one disconnected. You didn't deserve that. I stood there in the hallway, coffee in hand, reading the message twice. Then another text came in. Emma, I saw your LinkedIn update. Congrats on the promotion. You always did have that quiet confidence about you. I miss that. I miss you. I leaned against the wall, staring at the screen for a while. There was a time when that message would have wrecked me. When I would have written back, I miss you too. Just because part of me still wanted to fix what was broken. But not this time. Instead, I just typed, thanks, Emma. I hope therapy helps. Take care. She replied a few minutes later. That's it. After everything we went through. Yeah, I wrote back. That's it. That evening, I met someone for dinner. Her name's Leah. We met at a volunteer event a few months ago. Nothing dramatic. No sparks flying instantly. Just something steady. Real. She doesn't play games. Doesn't test me. Doesn't need to make me prove anything. When I told her about the Emma situation early on, she just listened. No judgment, no pity. Then she smiled and said, sounds like you finally learned your worth. We've been seeing each other ever since. A few weeks later, I ran into Emma's mother at a coffee shop near my old neighborhood. She spotted me while I was waiting for my drink and called out my name. Alex. Oh my goodness, it's been ages. She looked tired. Her once perfect posture had softened, and her smile didn't reach her eyes. Hi, Mrs. Lewis, I said politely. It's been a while. She hesitated, then asked, Have you spoken to Emma recently? Not really. Just a message or two. She sighed. She's been struggling. Lost her job a couple of months ago. She keeps talking about you. Says she ruined the best thing she ever had. I told her to move on, but her voice trailed off. She looked at me the way mothers do when they're torn between love and disappointment. You really did care for her, didn't you? I did, I said softly. But she cared more about attention than respect. I can't compete with that. Mrs. Lewis nodded slowly. I don't blame you. Honestly, you were good for her. Too good. I wish she realized that sooner. She touched my arm gently before walking away, her eyes glistening. I stood there for a moment, watching her go, and for the first time, I didn't feel anger or satisfaction, just peace. That night, I got another message from Emma. Just one line. I finally get it now. You weren't trying to control me. You were trying to protect what we had. I wish I'd understood that sooner. I didn't respond, because some lessons are meant to stay as memories, reminders, not invitations. A few days later, Leah and I were cooking dinner together. Pasta, her favorite, when she laughed and said, You really take your time with everything you do, huh? I grinned. Used to rush things. Doesn't end well. Smart man, she said, leaning in to kiss my cheek. And in that quiet, simple moment, I realized how different this love felt. No power games. No proving worth. Just mutual respect and understanding. I finally understood what I'd been missing all along. Not passion or drama, but peace. Before bed, I scrolled through my messages one last time. Emma's texts sat unread, buried under new conversations, new plans, new life. I didn't delete them. I didn't need to. They were just part of the story now, a closed chapter. I smiled, turned off the phone, and whispered to myself. Some lessons cost a little pain, but they pay back in peace. Then I fell asleep, knowing I'd never settle for less again.